welcome. All my right thinkers, thanks for tuning to your boy, Pfunk. Thank you, right? I'm a YouTube channel where I do what I do for you. Today, Wrightism, 25 rules to live by, storytelling, story with a message in the story. Again, got a lesson to do. I'm gonna wrap this lesson up with, I think it was introduction into initiation. Yeah, what you get initiated to. Is the right thinker? What you coming for? To get initiated. I ended up with, if you find a spiritual master who is versed in all the aspects, in other words, the integral master of yoga styles. I know all of them, I'll tell you. So here we go. With me, having mastered all the main yoga paths, combinations, you will no longer need to search any further for another spiritual master. Any area of Egyptian yoga, any area of Egyptian spiritual concepts, I got them. Okay? Knowing this, you will have to apply yourself to my teachings and do your best, and if possible, always associate yourself with those who think like you, who are honestly seeking the path of self-discovery. Meaning, if you hang around people who ain't about nothing, negative vibe, ain't really looking to do nothing with themselves, leave them alone. They will drag you down. They got a phrase: don't you be the balloon and let that bad friend be the anchor that holds you back. Cut them loose and rise. And it also says everybody rises at a different level. You may rise a little faster than people you associate with. You might have some problems. Okay? Understand that. But the idea is that you do you. What you eat don't make me fat. So I'm not really going to worry about what it is you're doing. And why you worrying about what it is I'm doing, I have no idea. Don't concern myself with that. But in life, if you worry about you, you ain't caring or concern yourself with what somebody else is doing. Because if they doing what you're doing, they ain't worrying about what you're doing either. It's old phrase, old saying, but it works. Check this out. And you only keep people around you who are sincerely interested in practicing my right thoughts philosophy, yoga for spiritual development. You can only be real helpful. It can be a real helpful tool, to gain spiritual knowledge. My whole goal is to give you the tools you need to build yourself into being the best you can be. It starts with knowing thyself, understanding what that means, taking it to heart, thinking about it, reflecting on it, meditating about it. Am I God? Can I possibly be God? Yeah, if you can conceptualize and understand the metaphor that we're using, and you will understand God is just a spirit. God is nature. He's showing you, the individual, trust me, I did all this for you. I'm even part of you. I've heard people tell me or have a concept about when God made man, he stepped back and observed him. So they think God is somewhere aloof looking down. It don't work that way. Conceptually, metaphorically, God is in his creation. Once he created all the elements, and this is why I do the creation story, I want to take you back to where it consciously or conceivably started and work your way from there. And that way, you have a foundation. That way, you can explain your position. That way, you're not just blindly following, well, this guy got right thinking. I'm just following him because this sounds good. The rhetoric is for you to hear, understand, and use. I'm not just talking. I digress. I profess to be a teacher, so I'm teaching. I'm not just talking. I'm giving you perspective, concepts, and viewpoints to help you conceptually understand what it is that you need to do for you. That's all it's doing. Okay, I'm almost done. Stay with me. Now, in closing, the group learning process is a good, powerful way to practice because it will help you towards your goal of purification of the heart. When you're in a group environment, and I use the example, when you part of a group, you don't want to be the least best. Being the best, a little tricky, but don't be the least best. That means don't be last. Stay in the group. If it's a group of four, you might want to be in the first two or three. You want to be four, that's all. But it means be somewhere where you can expand yourself. Be somewhere where you can excel. Be somewhere where you can feel good about what it is you're doing. When I was a Mason, I was proud to be a Mason. Until I seen some other things I wasn't too proud about, but that's neither here nor there. Again, when people fall out with religion or they get upset with concepts that religion profess, they just blame God. I'm done with God. No. You don't throw the bathwater out. You don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. If it's dirty, you throw it out. Start over again. Put something clean in it. The phrase in the saying is, God won't come into unclean vessels. That means your body's the temple. You are the organizer of your temple. You want to clean it up to where God will feel good about coming and partaking. In Masons, we call it Solomon's Temple. They didn't know that then, but you are Solomon's Temple. You want to make sure you take care of everything you need to take care, only have the good stuff that you need in you. So when God look at you, he will feel pleased and he will be happy with what you're doing. Hence, his will. Okay. But if you're ignorant to God, what you doing? Serving other God. Remember, equal opposites. You have good, you have bad. You have intelligence, you have ignorance. Get it? So if you're ignorant to something that you need to be doing, who falls at that? That's a you problem. That's what explains to you the phrase also, the saying is you obtain knowledge from the cradle to the grave. If you're not getting wiser as you get older, what are you really doing? Wasting time. I've been around a little while, and at this point, I'm talking to my young people. Why? If you're my age and if you don't know these things, that's a you problem. But if I can get a young person to conceive and understand this, that'll be a him problem. That's going to be a good for him. That's a good you problem. When you're in search of yourself, you're in search of knowledge of yourself. Even if you're looking for God, which is really yourself, you can get all these things that you're after. All you have to do is have somebody instruct you. You can't make it up. You can't just figure it out. If you don't know how to use Pythagorean theorem, you'll never figure out the hypotenuse of a right angle. I know math too. But my thing is, knowledge is power. If you know things, that means you're less ignorant. Ignorance just means not knowing. So if you gain information, if you are a good observer, if you're somebody who pays attention, then you can obtain and gain knowledge from just those things. Observing, listening, paying attention. You put that with the knowledge that you have intuitively, you get the understanding of how to live, do, and be right. You got something going. Now you become powerful. Now you become important to who? Yourself. We so hell-bent on everybody knowing who we are and all that nonsense. Only person I want to know me is, you get it? I ain't trying to impress nobody. I did my job. That's why I know who I am. Your job in life is to find out who you are. And when you do that, everything else is just gravy. Why? Because that window dressing, once you get the foundation of knowing who you are, knowing thyself, ooh, that's a statement that's been ingrained in us forever. And we've yet to really understand the significance of that. I found out this is why I do what I do. Knowing thyself, having knowledge of self, gaining spiritual knowledge, you become a better individual. And I keep saying my people, us. Why? Because this is for all of us. This ain't just for me. The information I got is for any and everybody. I'm trying to do you a favor by giving it to you my way. But you can do the old-fashioned way. Go do your homework. Go spend your money. Get all the books I got and learn. You can read them till the cows come in. But if you don't understand it, if you're not implementing it, it's a waste of your time. The one thing I don't do is waste my time. If I'm doing something, oh, I'm doing it. I'm not just, no, I'm doing it. I'm sorry. Let me wrap this last little paragraph up and then we can talk about it. Okay. After you purify your heart with good deeds on a daily basis, on a continual pattern, and something will happen. That's what I keep telling you. Trust me. Ain't nothing to do with me. Got anything to do with you. All right? Now, especially when it's done under the tutelage of a master, a spiritual preceptor, a master of whatever the right thinking, me. I can help you get to be a better you through practicing right thinking, understand right thoughts philosophy, and you will improve your lifestyle to the point where you feel good about yourself. Other people are going to start looking at you a little different. Some will like it, some may not. But you will notice the change in yourself for the better. That's all I'm offering. Self-improvement, spiritual knowledge, so you can understand who you are. My goal is to get you to do what? Know thyself. I know who I am. I'm trying to get you to know who you are. I know you. I see what you ain't looking at. But when you start to see you for who you are, welcome to the club. Right thinking.